Hello there and welcome to Legal Break. I'm Maureen Akers, and with us today, Gary Bruce. As always, thanks for joining us again, Gary.
Great to be here again.
Well, we are here talking about a customer has written into us and asked a very specific question about restitution in a lawsuit, and it hasn't been fully paid back to them. And what do you do? Do you have any advice on first steps there?
Well, we had a viewer write in,
Yeah.
and I appreciate that. And send the questions because I'm happy to try and answer them the best I can. But so she says, we had someone embezzle money from our company. They were prosecuted by the district attorney, and part of their plea deal was they would make restitution and pay it back, which is essentially the same thing as a judgment, maybe even a little more teeth to it. So, so the question is, what do I do? They haven't paid it back. You know, it's not something I deal with all the time because it deals with the criminal system, but I think the first call is to the DA. Look, they haven't met the terms of their probation. What do? We do we revoke probation? Do we put them in jail? I don't know the answer, but there's remedies there. So that is a little different than a lawsuit, but it's the same issue. You can get a piece of paper with a judgment on it, and we all have those in our drawers that aren't worth the paper they're written on because you've got to collect from them. So I think what the point to take from it is this: economics is reality, and collection is a reality of this whole process. Fortunately, there are insurance companies that people have to protect us socially. You know, if you're hurt by someone and there's no insurance, you know, what do you do? I mean, you don't go run their family over. I mean, we hopefully have some social mechanism through our insurance that allows for people to be compensated. But even bigger than that, there needs to be justice so a judgment can be enforced, and there's ways to do that through garnishment of wages or you know, through even bankruptcy courts. Sometimes people find that they file bankruptcy after a big judgment. Well, there's still remedies within the bankruptcy system to allow for payment to the extent possible.
So, and that was going to be one of my questions about the garnishing wages, but obviously you touched on that. Now, is there something even more serious that is there another step that can be taken that's even more serious than that?
Well, you know, speaking about bankruptcy, and that's an interesting question. You can force people into bankruptcy to liquidate their assets. Interestingly, if you run into me and tear up my car, you can bankrupt that debt to me. But if you do it while you're drunk or I have punitive damages against you, you cannot bankrupt that obligation. So yes, there are. Lawyers help do that. That's part of what we do.
That's what you do. Thank you so much for joining us, and I look forward to seeing you on the very next Legal Break.